first time at the Story Slam.
Yay!
Yeah! So my story doesn't have a name. I just sort of sat down and did this, and it came out. She hopped off the train like a local in the subway station. It was good to be back. Taking in the slightly gross warm air of the J Street Borough Hall stop, she laughed at herself. She laughed to herself at the ridiculous notion that this scent made her wax nostalgic. 15 years ago, she took the F train every day through J Street Borough Hall. Every day she would read her book, largely oblivious to the coming and going of the people at the stops. She rarely looked up. What did she care? She was young, had lots of friends, and like everybody else, she had a lot going on. Today she was not on the F train. She was on the other side of the platform, waiting for another train to take her someplace else. She was someone else. Now she was aware. Now she looked around, not too eagerly, like a thirsty tourist drinking in the sights of the city, but more like a casual observer, thinking, wondering, where is that person going? What does that person do? Is that man looking at me? Then it happened. Her old train pulled up to the other side of the tracks. As she stared inside of the train at the strap hangers and the b-boys and the hipsters, she flashed back to her past self and wondered, I wonder if my past self ever saw my future self across the tracks. Would I notice me? Would I care? Would I want us to hang out? The train closed its doors, leaving her on the platform with her thoughts. Probably not, she thought. I probably wouldn't want to hang out with me. I'm miserable if I really stop to think about it. Her eyebrows furrowed as she burrowed deep into her thoughts. Back in her F train days, she was so sure of the future and the possibilities seemed endless. But now, here she was, alone on a subway platform, thinking meaningless, existential thoughts. Where did her future go? What were those things called again? Oh yeah, dreams. Fleeting, frivolous, and fleeting. Now she was someone's mother, someone's wife, someone's employee. Every day was a routine on a hamster wheel from which she desperately wanted to escape. Some days she wondered if she could stop the wheel by asking the owner of said wheel, very politely of course, to please stop, if only for a minute, so that she could step off. Then it could start again. On particularly rough days she thought, what the hell, I should just jump off this damn thing. The only response to that thought was a slight smirk on her face, for her face never belied the turmoil within. She was an upstanding citizen, paid her bills on time, signaled the traffic lights, held the door for strangers. Who was she to jump? And so her inner self became silent, cocooned inside the shell, hardened to the dreams she once had, until the F train's squeaky wheels jarred her memory and poked her inner self with a stick. She regained her state of consciousness like a diver coming up from the bottom of the sea, graduating from the deep blue hues to the aquamarine, looking toward the light that dances on the surface. Then she started to pay more attention to the people around her as they crisscrossed around her. There was a musician carrying a cello case, and over there a dancer rushing to catch the train. A young couple with stuffed backpacks, probably headed for the airport, and an older woman who looked like one of those people who has lived. Not in the 2 kids, a dog, and a Volvo way. Really lived in the way that involves stories of nights over Egypt, quick jaunts to Monaco with an Italian lover, and adventures in the jungles of South America. The type of life that screenwriters love. There was something about this woman of many stories that made her want to scream, I'm in here! But she didn't scream. She just watched and thought, then thought some more. She was going to jump off that wheel. She was going to quit her job and buy a ticket to anywhere. Thoughts of her husband and her child tried to distill themselves into this emotional equation, but there was no turning back. She was leaving them and returning to herself. Then she hopped on the next train right before the doors closed. She was free.